Hello, I'm EnterElysium and welcome back to Dyson Sphere Program, where we have a whole array of smelters set up, doing their thing, providing us with 2 full blue belts of copper, and the same for iron, and the same for refined silicon. And we're going to be using the vast majority of these, maybe not all, but the vast majority. So, these are going to make ourselves some processors. Now, pretty easy way to do this is... Why are you not connected? Why are you not connected? I did not connect belt. Yep. Pretty easy way to do this is simply that 2 iron plus 1 copper is a processor, is a circuit board. 1 copper plus 2 refined is a microcrystalline component. So technically the layout we have right now actually works incredibly well. The only caveat is that we probably want some of these resources that are excess being sent off world. And I was considering, hey, let's put a interstellar port hub thingy. And then let's put in from 6 inputs and get out from 6 inputs. Wait, it only has 12 inputs. That would be it. Like, that would be it. We wouldn't be doing anything else with this. So we wouldn't be sending the processors that we plan on having off world. Which is a bit annoying, but it means we'll probably want 2 of these, so sure. And the question is, how close together can we get these 2? Now, you might wonder why I don't just do this and then have a second one for processor. Again, it's because we might expand this later on. If we do, then yay. The problem is that if we have 2 of these, and then we expand each of these to 3 belts, that would again max out our input. So this doesn't really offer a lot of expansion if we only have 2. We'd probably need to go to all 3, and that would allow us 4 inputs, 4 outputs. It's tough. There is a bandwidth component to these that I hadn't considered before, but it makes sense. So what we'll do for now is we'll place in a... I've got 5 of them, luckily. Whatever, that's close enough. Okay. Blue belt. In you go. Blue belt. In you go. Green belt. In you go. Green belt. In you go. Luckily, I'd been just stockpiling these in my inventory. I didn't really consider that I'd need the excess until I got here, and I was like, input blocked. Like, this is very much planning for the future. Doesn't need to be this elaborate, but I'm trying to make sure that we have plenty to be going on with. Right. You. Power. 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 How's that doing on the grid? We're still able to keep the grid with excess power. Damn. And I think... Oh, are these stationary already? Oh, they haven't taken in. Right, yes. You take in that. Let's see what happens when we do this. You take in that. And you take in that. What happens to the grid now? Ooh. Now, obviously, these are charging, which is part of the issue. Now, we could have just done 1 and then, you know, expanded on it later, but that seems fine. And we also got the accumulators if we need them. Right, then what we do is we pull out as well. So we will grab you. We'll pull out 2, 3. Go 1 extra. You and you. And then just in case anything ever comes out here, we probably will want to dogleg. Just in case we ever use this side for any reason. Why am I using Mark IIs? It's because they're green and I'm like looking at them going, oh, they're green. They're for the green things. Actually, we can probably drop down from above that'll be fine. No, we'll dogleg just in case. Okay. That gets us our refined. This gets us our copper. And this gets us our iron. Now, the way I want to lay this out is going to be, because we've got it kind of perfect as is, I'm going to run 3 bands across here. And because, again, it's kind of perfect, what we'll do is we'll have this. No, that was wrong. Again. This be refined silicate. This be refined silicate. And then we run copper. 2 feeders back, copper, break, refine, iron, because that makes the ratios perfect. The downside is this will be a 48 long run. It might be better if we would split it up into 2 24s or something. Which would mean we'd need to split up the copper input line. I mean, it's not a problem. Yeah, you know what? We'll do that so that it's a shorter run. It'll be easier to kind of add to if we need to in future. So, right. That will be... a bottom line. And that is going to be refined silicate. Sure. Then we want to run... honestly, we can just run copper across there as well. Or is it iron? No, it's copper. Yeah. 1 copper, 2 refined silicate. And then the other one is 2 iron and 1 copper. Okay. And then... you... 1, 2, 3... then I can go back that way. And then we'll run 2 barrel lines again. And then 1, 2, 3. Okay. Done. So if you're going to make us microcrystalline components, you'll be making them every 2 seconds. You'll make 1. You need a refined silicate per second, and you need a copper, which, easy enough. Between episodes, I got a load more of sorters. So this is going to be refined silicate. This is going to be a copper every 2 seconds. That'll do it. And then this will be the output. The question is, what do we do with power poles? Because this always depends on where you are on the globe. Ah, perfect. Okay, I'm actually going to remove that one because it's kind of bugging me because it's not in the center. And we need a total of 48 of these, so we're going to go 24. So that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh god, we really aren't even close. Hell, maybe we just repeat this a few times. 11, 12. Guess we could just go deeper on this. Okay, and then obviously we can do the same here. Question is, I don't know if we can do the same for power poles. No, we still can. That's pretty good. And this will be 12. Right. Question, do we want to go another... however many that way? Or do we want to just bring it up? Yeah, we probably want to go that way because that means we'll be not quite maxing out a belt. Let's have a look. Actually, I think we can only get 24 on a belt. That's the limit because... here we go. We pull 2 every 2 seconds. 1 per second. A belt is 30. We can put 30 on a belt. So, technically, they could have 30 on a belt, but because we need 48 of them, we'd have an 18 and we'd have 30, which I guess would be good. That way we'd know if we need to expand later on, it would be pretty obvious. So I guess we go an 18 and a 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I believe it's 18. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Perfect. Okay. Okay, we need to add 12 more. Well, this is where things are going to get slightly more funky. We're going to have to go all the way over like there. Feels to me I'll put that one in the right way. I did. Afraid I put the wrong direction in. I really wish there was a flip belt option. Like a chain flip belt or something. Okay, that will make it 20. 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. 27. 28. 29. Oh, so close. $30. Great. And then obviously we're just gonna pull them up. Like so. If I put the power pole closer to the center, I might even get away with that having to do power poles on the other side. Just need to do them slightly more frequently. There we go. And that is our microcrystalline components. Now, I kind of want to leave the same gap again so that we could potentially double this and a bit, whatever. So, you know what we can do? Just put the track down. Even if it's just like a section of track as an indicator. So that would be going that way, going that way. Going that way, going that way, going that way, him again, and then reverse. Yeah. And we'll just leave the track there. I won't leave them. They're a bit too valuable. But that's like a really good indicator of like, hey, if we want to expand it, here's a marker. Right. Next is really easy, processors, and it's 12. We just need 12 of these. They get fed 24 iron. They get fed 18 copper? No, 12 copper. It must be 12 copper. Yes, it is 12 copper. So they're getting fed even a green belt of copper. We're going to use a blue belt just so that we can expand it by going on. Oh, that said, they'd run out of iron. I guess we will. We'll use blue belt anyway, because that way we know we can always go to 30 on the iron, which means we can always get 15 on the copper because they use twice as much or whatever. Okay, so next is this one, and because the iron copper will feed copper in from here. Oh, wrong one. I did say I was going to use blue belt. I meant it. This is going to be copper. This is going to be iron. This is going to be the machine. And then obviously we're going to run the actual processes back. And then because we're going to be leaving space, we'll leave a second run. Basically saying, hey, if in future we can double this, we can double it really easy. Obviously, you could still double it by just putting like an overhead belt, which you drop down at the end and just continue the run on. But this is a bit easier to see. Right. So if we set you to be processors are going to be kind of a little bit more fun in that they output 2 per second and they need 2 iron per second. So for iron input, we're going to need that. Copper input, because you're actually going 2, you'll still need that. And you'll actually need that for output as well. So we're actually going to use Mark II inserters all over the place here. Righto. Only 12 of these needed. So nothing too complex. We'll take you to about there. There. Back in. Now we have to be a bit cautious because it might turn out that we can't use power poles between them. Because we're getting to that kind of area where they're getting close enough. Still can, so we're okay for now. That's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 8. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's done. It's really that simple when it comes to processes compared to microcrystalline components. And then power. And just so we could cover a potential second leg, I will have them overlap a little bit. That way, if we do have a second, like, line added, that should cover it. Okay. And then would be doing the actual processes themselves. But before we get down to that, I think we're better off just feeding in all of our inputs here. So copper is on the outside for you. Refined silica is on the inside. So what we'll do is we'll take stuff out a certain distance. So outputs get taken out about 2. Just because this is going to make it easy to kind of theorize. And then braid the belts. Copper can go to like here. Which makes you copper as well. And then refined, that's going to be a little bit more complex. There we go. So we've got 2 refined coming out here. The easiest is just going to be to feed them like straight in like this. And they will be self-balanced already because the storage will sort them. Oh no, that's not refined. That is the wrong one. That is copper. That's refined. Okay. Copper. Honestly, we could just pull out full lines of the stuff. And all it would do, for the moment, it might matter when we get output bound by the outputs on here. But all it would do for the moment is just be like, okay, I guess you will have more on the belts because you won't. The belts are going to have more than we can use in the factories. The downside of doing that is it kind of would be annoying in the future. We came back and we forgot about it, and then we tried to figure out why our outputs were so high. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, it's 15 per second, so we'll just take a belt and split it. It will make it easier for us to understand. So easiest way to do this is going to be for us to put like a splitter like this in. And we'll put it there. Oh, shard inventory. Don't need to see that right now. You... I think that lines up there. And then that should send the copper over. Great. And then for you... we need 1 blue belt of iron. Wait, that's iron. Dear God, if I just provided iron to the wrong one, I meant to do refined. Yes, because I am dumb. Okay. Well, we only need the 1 belt of iron, which means I'm just going to need to purge this belt, which actually fine. And then we just feed the refined in from the other direction. Yeah, I don't mind picking up a belt of iron. I can always use it. Just the belt is a little long. Nom. If need be, and I get a full inventory, I could just turn it into steel. It takes a third of the space. Nom. And thankfully, the belt moves pretty damn fast. There we go. Still got space. Oh, look, we've used some deuterium fuel rods. Oh, no. This is truly great. I wish I'd started building them a little bit earlier. Save me having to just grab graphite all the time. Right. These ones that go around here, we're just actually going to cut them. Because that is unnecessary. We'll just feed them over. So, bam. 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 And to give it a bit of space, we will go around the long way here. There we go. Problem fixed. Because I am done. Right. Iron. Well, we only need the 1 belt of iron out, actually. We made more iron than we needed because we're meant to be providing that to our home world if we need it. So, great. Good job, me. We'll need to belt that iron over to the inside track, I believe. Because, again, it's 2 iron, 1 copper. If I recall correctly, it is. So, take you to here, and then bam. And then we only need half a belt of copper, but this belt is going to be bound anyway by how much we can use, so this is fine. And that should be everything being provided to these. Obviously, they need power. But... ta-da! Full of processors already. And full of my crystalline components. Done. Although, admittedly, this one is still collecting because it's an extra long one. Okay. That makes that pretty damn simple. The next step is processors. And this is one we probably want to split into 2 because we actually need 36 of these. So these need an equal amount of processors and microcrystalline components. Easy peasy. The only downside is because these 2 beams are not equal, we'll need to balance them. So we'll need to bear that in mind. Right. Now, every 3 seconds, you need 2. So, not a problem. Our inserters can do that. What we'll do is we'll do 2 different, like, 18 runs. And it's just going to be pretty simple in that we can close again. It's a beam of 18. Done. Twice. 1, 2, 3. I believe that's the correct thickness. And then 1, 2, 3. There we go. Right. I'm fully expecting this to be the point where we find out, hey, power poles don't fit anymore. Yep, there we go. Okay, we're just gonna have to remember to leave gaps. Right, let's pick our recipe. Processors. So the processors need 1 every 1.5 seconds of both. And technically, you provide 1.5 per second, well, which is kind of the opposite of what we need. But that's fine. And then that's 1 every 1.5 seconds. Hey, you provide 0.75 every second, so that will work as well. And then on the output side, we output 1, I think, every 3 seconds. So again, default will work here as well. And then leave a gap for the first one. Unfortunately, this is going to be a massive gap because that will not cut it. Because we need to put it on a cross and the crosses are too close. So it's actually going to be like that. Okay, so pull this in. Get some soil from here. A lot of soil to be grabbed. I gotta admit, I do like this planet for just grabbing soil. Makes life so much simpler. Oh, look at this! Gonna eat the soil! Nom 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 nom. Our main job as a robot is to just flatten the world. Okay. Oh, drone, sorry. Right, where were we? 5. I'll give a break. 6. I don't know why I did 1 rather than 2 either. That is 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Oh, this might not make it. Oh, it perfectly makes it. 18. I can't believe that works. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it is perfect. Okay, and then I think that gets everything. Yes, just. Right. And then we copy this. Now, the way that's set up, we might just be able to sneak inside that zone. Now, that wouldn't, so we'd have to move it along. 1, 2. Yeah. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, see, they're out of phase exactly. That's 1, that's 3. Yeah, that one needs power. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Damn it. And then 1, 2, 3. And then in theory, there'd be a power pole here, which is why it's a little bit wonky. Okay. We will leave space again for this to be done in future. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. There. Now, hooking this up. We only get one out of processors, so we're going to need to split that out of processors between the two. Again, that's fine. We will take that out of processors to here, I suspect. Yes. Like that. And then you can stay high to there and then go down. And that should work. Right. This is harder because it's actually two that need to balance. So what we'll do is... Oh, we could just run a matrix. You know what? Sod it. We'll just run a small matrix system. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't really harm us to do it. Like that. Like that. Like that. Technically, this one isn't needed. Like, it could just feed around or whatever. We could just go down and then in the bottom. But in case we ever expand it, that's why it's there. Okay, let's start pulling these microcrystalline components up. So that's in line. It will get funky if we need to pull them from here, but for now... you know what? We'll go up immediately. And then in. Or at least just shy of doing that. Okay, I think we need to cut one off there. And then... I guess we're gonna get weird here and that we're gonna have to dive under and then come back out the other side up. And then attach. There we go. And then we're getting processors. Now this should actually give us a full green belt of processors. So it's going to be 6 per second, 6 per second, 12 per second. Even if we double this, it would fit on a blue belt. We could double this and another beam and we'd be fine. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm just going to combine them in a very simple manner. And then we're going to feed them in to either one of these hubs or another hub. I'm thinking... Because we don't need as much iron, we'll feed it into like the iron hub. We will... Where are we going to grab it from? Just grab it like this. So, belt in, and then we will take the belt up. Then down, and then in. Because even if we expand, like, the amount of iron, we've got plenty left here. And then all we need to do is declare that you are a processor supply. And then we should see these belts do drain because the belts are moving faster than they're providing. Although the fact that the factories are still full and just dumping their cargo. There we go. Okay. Everything looks good. And that... Look at that. We've already got 1,100 processors. That's a lot. This is great. We also have huge storage of basic materials. The only thing we're close to using all of here would be... Because we've got 2 of coming in of each. We are using, for this, 0.8 of a Mark III of iron, so 1.1 spare. We're using 1.2 of copper, so 0.8 of copper spare. And we're using 1.6 of refined silicon, so we've got 0.4 spare, which isn't as much, but whatever. Okay. And now we should be able to remote ask for these on our home planet, which means we can basically set up a lot of really cool stuff production-wise. In fact, we'll probably even want to set up some basic logistics on our home planet that we can use. There are places where we've got belts going everywhere, which could just be made simpler by dumping a logistics station in the center, which will buffer, which will take them in, put them out, and also we can then call from. And hell, we could send to, if we actually decide to get rid of a load of stuff, we could say, hey, get rid of all the belts. Now, how much do we have left after that? Still got plenty of belts left. We haven't automated that, really. No, we have. It's in our mall. So yeah, most of these belts we just grabbed from the mall. So yeah, good automation. I've got loads of solar panels sitting in the mall. We should probably set up a proper mall as like one of our next steps. But now, since we've got this far, we'll probably make our home planet logisticized. We'll make it more logistic based, and then we'll just start diving ahead in science. For instance, the purple matrix is next, which needs particle control technology, which needs carbon nanotubes, crystallized silicon. Hey, we've got that. And plastic, well, just to start making more plastic and probably feeding it into the logistics system. And then information matrix. It's weird that it only needs 2 sciences that we got ages ago, but I don't think we're allowed to research it until we've researched particle control, which needs yellow and which requires much more complicated. Kind of weird. And then quantum chip is obviously like super far ahead. But purple allows us to do a load of crazy stuff like heading to other planets and so on. We could do strange matter. Ooh. We could do graviton lens and space warper. That allows us to like go warp speed and head to other planets. Satellite power distribution. You know what? We really should have done that. It's expensive. It needs... What the hell is that thing down the bottom there? Lightweight structure. Frame material. Ah, right. Frame material is something used for the Dyson Sphere. And funnily enough, uses refined silicon. We're probably going to need to ship more refined silicon. Like, we probably want to increase the amount of spare. Like, this isn't much. Our lava planet obviously has some, but we will end up needing more. Either way, how's our power system doing? This is running under load. Like, everything is running to its max right now because we are storing everything. We are, well, maybe not max, I guess, because some of the furnaces are probably turned off because they're not necessary. But we're only using about half our power. My projected, like, assumption was that for the processors, so obviously we've got spare furnaces, it will take 106 megawatts. So there's a little bit spare, but not too bad. Not too bad at all. How does this look from orbit? It does look pretty cool. It does look pretty cool. Especially like if this was on the night side and you'd be able to see like the going like north and south bands where they connect and stuff. It does make me slightly sad that this did take a dog leg, but oh well. And the accumulators are storing a whole load of charge just in case we need it. Fair enough. Orbital resonance. Ooh. Noticed that before. Interesting. Anyway, we're going to call it here. Hopefully you've enjoyed the second part of our I guess, the colonization of Eta Ciceri 2. It's pretty impressive, and if we wanted to, we could pretty much double all of this. Obviously, we'd need more inputs, so we'd end up needing to do our smelters, etc. We would need more copper. We wouldn't need more iron. We would obviously need a lot more refined silicon. So, yeah, not bad. Not bad at all. And the number of processors, we're up to almost 5,000. Like, this was definitely worth setting up. I've been pocket crafting them for way too long. Like, to set these up. Well, to be fair, a few of them were manufactured, but most of them were pocket crafted. Right. If you've liked, you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. But, of course, until next time, with a lovely sunrise, stay shiny.